Hello and welcome back to my channel. There haven't been uploads lately because I was going through my test week at school and there was a lot of time I had to spend on that. So right now I'm back with reading 2 stories to you today because I felt like making up for not uploading for 2 or 3 weeks, and these 2 stories are rather small. So they fit nicely into one video, because sometimes when I'm stuck with one story, I like to listen to some music to give me inspiration. And sometimes while I'm listening to music, a story pops into my head. And these 2 stories that I'm going to be reading to you today are... Also, my cat he wants to talk to. Yeah, he feels a little lonely. But the stories I'm going to read to you today are 2 stories that I wrote while listening to music because they gave me inspiration. And the first story is an untitled story. I haven't come up with a name just yet. But the music I was listening to was Primavera by Ludovico Einaudi. I love his music and that is my favorite song of his, some composition. And this is the story that I imagined while listening to this song. A girl with long blonde locks wanders through the forest. Her white dress flows around her body like a gust of wind. Animals hop around her here and there. Some of them are looking for food. Others enjoy the autumn sun as they play with their brothers and sisters. The girl holds on to the trees on her path so that she won't trip over the roots that stick out of the muddy ground. As she wanders deeper into the forest, the animals grow scarce while the trees multiply. As she enters a clearing in the middle, small lights start to appear around her. She lifts a finger to touch one, but it hurries away, out of her reach. The girl follows the light. It dances around in front of her, luring her deeper into the forest. The other lights circle around her, following her every move. Only one other living creature follows along, a small bunny that stays close to the girl's feet. He sometimes trips over the end of her dress, but stays close nonetheless. The girl's eyes are focused on the light instead of the path that has disappeared far behind her. Without a warning, the light shoots up into the sky. A small gasp leaves her mouth. The lights gather in one giant bundle of light. On the outside, there were millions of colors, all colliding with each other. Some are bright blue, like the ocean. Others are brilliant white as the clouds that hide the sun on a gloomy day. From deep within the bundle, a dark light starts to spread. One by one, the lights are dimmed before they disappear completely. Soon, there is only the dark. The bundle takes another shape. A dark, ugly creature comes in its place. As the girl looks around her for a way, a path to escape on, she notices that the sun has disappeared from the sky. A red moon has appeared in its place. She looks down when she feels a tug on the lower end of her dress. The bunny pulls on the fabric in a frantic manner, pointing at something ahead. Just behind the creature there has appeared a wooden bridge, one that crosses the space between the 2 cliffs, their only chance to escape. With one more look at the creature, she runs for it, carrying the rabbit in her arms. It tries to hide its face in her arms where it feels safe. For now, it is a place of comfort. The girl ignores the splinters as she runs over the bridge, softly praying that the creature won't follow her. It will prove to be the least of her worries. As she is halfway through the wooden boards of the bridge start to fall down into the deep ravine below. There is no time to waste, so she just keeps running. When she is close to the end, she dives forward. She barely makes it, as the last board disappeared beneath her feet. A breath that she didn't know she was holding leaves her lungs. For a moment, she is too afraid to look back. What if the creature had made it too? When she finally feels brave enough, her eyes grow wide in horror as the creature jumps up and rises into the sky. An evil grin is spread on its lips. The girl runs fast as she can without looking back. Together with the bunny, she walks all night. However, the creature doesn't reappear. Sometimes she thinks she can hear it fly above her, but when she looks up, there is nothing to be seen. Only one time does she think about her home, the place she came from. She wonders if she will ever see it again. Yet there is no fear or desperation when she realizes she won't ever return. She doesn't wish to go back. Her new friend follows her through the woods, always close on her tail. Early in the morning, they stumble upon a dark cave buried deep inside a mountain. There is no way around it, nor can they climb it. The only option is to go in or turn around. Carefully, they enter. Maybe there are creatures living here. The hallways, buried deep below, are decorated with lights and golden statues. Lights just like the ones she saw. And one by one, they fly away to the center of the mountain. Curiosity got the better of her. Together with the rabbit, she follows them. Whatever the creature has in store for her, she is ready for it now. As she enters a hall, the lights start to gather again, and the creature is formed once more. It glides towards her as if it is carried by 1,000 invisible hands. This time, she won't be able to escape. There's no way out. The creature is close now, and then it slowly dissolves into nothingness. The girl outstretches a hand while taking a cautious step forward. She hesitates for a moment, but finds that she is not afraid anymore. The lights that she saw yesterday now laid scattered on the floor. Now that she could see them up close, she knew what they were. Little fire creatures, the ones that her parents had told her about when she was young. As the old tales told, they took children from their homes to show them their path in life, to create a new path to tread on when they were stuck. The bunny hopped forward, sniffing at the small bodies that laid on the cold stone floor, motionless. That was the first story that I wanted to tell you about. That I wanted to read to you, And this is actually a story that still plays in my head whenever I listen to this song. And every time the story just goes bigger and bigger, but it never really continues. It starts always at the exact same point and it always ends at its exact same point. I really love this story. And now we continue on to the second story that I wrote to The Arrival of the Birds from the movie, I'm forgetting. I will put it somewhere in the video or somewhere in the description below because I just don't know at this point. I forgot the title of the movie. But it's about Stephen Hawking. So this is the second story to the music of Arrival of the Birds. This is the smallest one. A young woman with brown, long, wavy hair walks through a brick-walled alley. She's wearing a light brown trench coat with a red scarf. Her fingers dance over the bricks as she walks ever forward. Leaves dance above her, high in the sky, out of her reach. They're playing with the rhythm of the wind. Her feet follow their path. She remembers having a picnic with her father, mother and younger brother. There was freshly baked apple pie and a strong smell of cinnamon. They would talk for hours, and they would carve pumpkins with silly expressions. Her feet land on frozen grass. Her fingers leave the bricks behind. In front of her lays a park. Squirrels are playing in the deep snow. Ducks are running around, kicking the snow up with their paws. Snowflakes fall down to earth. They stick in her hair like little diamonds. She crosses the bridge, watching and wonder at the lake beneath her feet. The scent of roses and forget-me-nots fill her nose. As she bends down, one grass knot opens. It grows and grows, falling in her hand when the head of the lily appears. Holding it safely in her hands, she sets to find a place safe for it. She finds one on a wooden swing on a willow tree. Together they sit in shared silence. Flowers are blooming around the tree. Green moss climbs up on the base. The lily is lifted from her hands. She follows it with her eyes, noticing that the other flowers come up as well. They twirl around her, lifting the girl up from the swing. She outstretches her arms, closes her eyes and enjoys. A white dress with decorations adorns her body. Softly, she is put down on the ground. Her eyes open instantly. Sun rays try to stop her with their bright light, but she already has one foot on the tree. Higher and higher she climbs. Her foot slips halfway through, but her hand finds a new branch. She reaches the bare top. Leaves are falling down to the ground. The woman lays down on a thick branch, watching the twinkling stars. Her red scarf drifts away into the night. And that was story number 2. Like I said, this one was a lot smaller. But when I was listening to this song in particular, I could imagine a woman that I just told you about going through all the seasons throughout one song. And all of my stories kind of have a magic tone to it because I just still believe in magic. I promised myself as a child that I would never lose that part of me. So I'm trying to hold on to it. And it is happening very easily, I have to say. So it's not something that I have to remind myself quite often. But thank you for listening to me telling you 2 stories today. I hope to see you in the book review video this Friday. And I hope you have a lovely day. Goodbye.